Okay, let's call the August 19th meeting, city council meeting to order. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. We're all here except for Dennis. Okay, are there any additions or deletions to the agenda?
I have one, 8A, if you want to move that to P and C, planning and zoning, the garage sale ordinance, or do you want to just, otherwise I'll just delete it.
Yeah, then we can bring it, put it on the agenda for the.
For September?
For the next P&Z meeting.
Okay, so that I would like to take off. And then I'd like to add under new business then, vehicles and miscellaneous for sale along Highway 10. That's all I have.
I have a few. Under planning and zoning report, item 4 is for the THC, what do I have here? Amending the land use matrix for THC, it actually should read cannabis, and I put a copy of the amendment for the agenda. I gave you each a copy of that. So we'll need action to adopt that. And then I'll need it signed. I have the copy here that needs to be signed if it's adopted. Also, I added, well, actually, I put the wrong dates on a few meetings for upcoming meetings on 11. The planning and zoning meeting, I put September 23rd, it really should have been the September 16th. I just looked at the calendar wrong. And also, there will be a public hearing at that meeting, at the planning and zoning meeting, and I gave you each a copy of that public hearing notice. And then I just wanted to point out, the next regular council meeting I have on here September 16th, because I was looking at the calendar wrong, but I was hoping that we could keep it for that date, since this one was late, and that one's a week after a holiday, if we could just keep it the 16th rather than the 9th.
So then both the planning and zoning and the next regular council meeting would be both on the 16th?
Right.
So one at 4 and 5:30?
Correct.
Anybody object to that?
I got something else.
That's good.
Okay.
I get it. No, we'll make it.
You won't be able to make the.
We got Lions meeting.
So the P and Z is
Oh, Pat
on
won't be
the
able to make it
16th
either.
at 4.
Public hearing, planning and commissions.
Well, then, so that won't work?
Correct, that won't work to have the council meeting that night.
Why not?
There's a Lions meeting, Bruce and Pat will both be at.
Then down in Pine Ridge.
Oh, maybe Pat will be here, so if you aren't here,
Let's see.
It's Lions Governor's meeting. I already signed up.
There's a Lions meeting on the 16th?
The Governor's meeting now.
Oh, the governor's meeting, okay.
Pine Ridge, yeah. I signed up for it already, so.
Are you gonna be there too, is the question?
No, I'll be here.
Okay. So do we need to change that date then?
it's up to the council.
Well, is there something that
Bruce
you,
won't be here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be here, so.
is there something that's imperative that you need to be here?
Not necessarily, I don't know. know, yeah, if anything will come up there.
So the 16th would work then, tentatively?
Let's leave it at the 16th for now, and if something does change in the meantime, or we decide it's not doable, we can notify everybody.
Sure.
Okay,
That sounds good.
thank you. Does it work right now? Thank you.
Let us know, Brad.
Sure. Watch for my email.
We'll do that.
Are there any other changes to the agenda? Hearing none, moving on. The consent agenda. Items A through D, disbursements, claims for approval, Alex mileage, fuel and mileage report, minutes of the regular July 8th meeting. Does anybody want to pull any of those out? Otherwise, I'll be looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I will make that motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Department reports, planning and zoning. The planning and zoning chair is not here.
Oh, I do have one thing I thought, oh, you have it too. Never mind.
We were talking, possibility of Coyote holding office hours at City Hall 1 day a week.
I spoke with Coyote and Mondays from 2 to 4 are what we're suggesting. If you say yes, he could have, we would like him to have office hours here. It's just to field questions. When people come in, a lot of times they just want to talk to him. And if we could say he's here this day at these times. So we're just suggesting Monday from 2 to 4 because it would be before a council meeting or before a planning and zoning meeting.
I think that that's a wonderful idea, and it's also, if we were to move forward with that, would that be something that we could possibly incorporate on our website and or the Staples World and the Record too, to let people know that Coyote, if this does proceed, that he's going to be here, because I think it'll be great for people to be able to know that he's going to be in-house instead of always just having to reach out to him, you know, via email or phone call.
It sounds like you just made a motion to approve it.
I just did make a motion to approve Coyote being here on Mondays 1 day a week, even in, not only that, having it be the day before meetings, so,
I'll second the motion.
yeah.
And second, any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Forming of comprehensive plan task force.
From my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, did we already started that, was it you and I? It was you and I that was here for that, you and I and Pat that was here for, that we met with Region 5. As far as creating the task force was concerned, I think that was on hold pending talking to Region 5. What's her name? I'm terrible with names.
Savannah.
Savannah, thank you. Yes. So I think that was kind of put on hold until we communicated further with them on initial dates. I have Savannah's email information. I can reach out to her tomorrow and confirm with where we're at as far as that is concerned.
Okay.
So I'll do that tomorrow.
Forming a task force. Who would we want on the task force? Who would want to serve on it?
Well, I would be willing to do so.
Dennis, since he's not here?
Hmm?
I'm kidding.
We can have two council people on it.
I can serve on it if Steve doesn't want to, if you want to.
Go ahead.
So you and I, Nikki?
Sounds like it.
I'll reach out to Savannah tomorrow.
Okay,
You both volunteered.
let me know what I can do to help.
Okay.
Okay, then we have a comprehensive plan proposal. Page 19.
I only included the estimate page in the packet. I emailed each of you the entire proposal, which was several pages, and colored with pictures and stuff. I didn't want to print all that.
Can I go back real quick to the task force? Is that the department heads, are they also on that, or? So is it all department heads plus April and I, or? Do you guys usually sit on that?
The department heads generally do.
Or would you like to? or-
Well, I didn't go any further really, I mean, sorry, I should have, I guess
It's okay.
department heads generally take part in that.
Okay,
Okay.
sorry about that. This one.
They do.
Okay. Okay.
Now for the proposal. The bottom line is $19,750 for them to work with this, on this.
Is this proposal coming straight from Region 5?
Yes, this is what Savannah emailed me. She had trouble with her, the font for some reason when I was opening the email where it says City of Motley, just a bunch of dots were coming through.
No, sure.
That's why, and on her end, it really did say Motley. But
No, this is just an overall guesstimate. This isn't gonna be for sure what it's gonna cost. Meeting prep and facilitation. This means their staff, Region 5 staff, is this the numbers, the $15,300, is that coming pertaining to them and their staff,
yes.
clearly?
Isn't Coyote going to help us with that as well?
Right, that was my next question. Because Coyote is already implemented to be helping us to advocate for the city of Motley with Region 5. So is this number, the 15,300, incorporating his costs, or is this gonna be separate?
If it's not going to cause a problem, I would like to table this till the next month. Give us time to look at it a little further and discuss it at the P and Z meeting.
Yeah, I had a few
Yeah.
questions too to bring up to,
Bring it
Coyote.
back at our next council meeting.
So this would hopefully be discussed with Coyote?
Well, Kay is here,
Right,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, at the next plan and zoning meeting.
Mhm.
Which is September 16th,
On the 16th.
yeah.
at 4 o'clock.
Okay. Next is, did anybody have anything else on that comprehensive plan proposal? Before we go on? Okay. Amending the land use matrix for cannabis.
I'm questioning if maybe we should table that till when Coyote's here as well, because, I mean, I know that he kind of piggybacked off of Baxter, and they haven't implemented theirs since, but,
This is from Coyote? You want
Yes.
the council to review it and make
That's
any changes?
right.
Yeah.
today,
Yes.
that reminded me. I had forgotten that, Tammy, thank you for clarifying.
So you don't need a vote on this, this is just informational.
We need council action.
Review it.
Right,
We need to review it and then vote whether you want to adopt it or not.
today, yes,
Correct.
that's right,
Okay.
because we had already,
Yeah, we looked it over at the last
correct,
meeting. and
yeah.
I've read through it, I
Mhm.
don't have any additional questions, or as long as the retail is you know, we went through all the zoning,
Yeah, we went through the whole thing.
Yes.
industrial for manufacturing.
And forgive me on my behalf, I wasn't here at the
No,
last
you're
meeting,
fine.
so that's where my lapse is coming from. But yes, okay.
Do you have a motion to accept it as presented?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Does anybody have any other planning and zoning business to bring forward? Hearing none. Moving on to the fire department business.
Calls for July, 9 medicals, 2 fires, and 1 good intent for a total of 12. End of report.
Can you repeat that?
Next time, can you submit it in an email form?
Does anybody
Thanks,
have any
Brad.
questions for the fire chief? Any questions for him? Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on, police department.
Thank you. July 23rd report is on page 21. We had 49 calls for the month. Total for the year is 283 calls. I was called out 4 times last month. Questions about that? We'll go to the next one. Questions. The other one is a request for change, it's basically wording to the pursuit policy. 3, 7, and 9, I think we added on, we didn't do the whole policy on there for everybody because it's the same policy, it's just some wording that the Minnesota Post Board decided that it should be changed. So they recommend that to all cities, we follow them, whatever they recommend. If we change that, I'll get them changed and add it into policy.
So you're looking for a motion on that?
Yep.
Motion to approve as presented. Does anyone want to make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second. Excuse me.
Any discussion on the motion?
I just have a quick question to ask. You said what were?
3, 7, and 9, pages 3, 7, and 9.
Okay, yeah.
The red is what they changed. They crossed out what they had in there.
Okay, I just wanted clarification on that. Thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
So I have
Thank you, Al.
Anybody have anything for Al?
I just have a quick question, and it's an annoying one, sorry, because I ask it frequently. How's the new squad thing moving along?
I did get it, I'm glad you brought it up. I did get an email saying that it's made. He figured a couple weeks for delivery, I haven't heard yet, so I'm guessing, I talked to some other department, they're like, yeah, we've heard that before, that it's a month and a half out before we get it, so. who knows?
Sure,
But it's made, it's coming closer,
that's great, and it's closer than before.
you know.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anything else for Al?
And at that time, we'll decide what we're going to do with the existing squad.
Correct. I kind of have a plan a little bit, I've been working with Pillager, just FYI. They have an extra one like we do. They had kind of talked about maybe being so high to get or hard to get a county car up here when our breaks down, or let's say we were in a crash or something happened to it, that we would maybe just share the cost of like insurance and license on theirs, and we could use it anytime we want. So that might be an option, then we could just sell ours and actually get maybe a little more for it.
So it would be decided which squad to sell, either Pillager or Motley?
Yep, we could. We had talked about keeping Pillagers, but Pillagers thought about keeping theirs, and just take Pillager off and just leave the police. But we haven't, wait until we get time to sell ours, or
cross that bridge when it gets there, but it's a
Yeah.
possibility.
Possibility.
That's great.
We're talking about it, maybe just see, once we figure out if they wanna for sure do it, their council, then I'll come and talk to you guys,
Hmm.
give your opinion on
Well, thanks for the FYI.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Anything else for Al? Thank you. Moving on. Public Works.
Okay, page 25 is the report. A few more meters done since then. We're at 190 now. Slow charger is still working, supposedly, or according to ChargePoint, it's got 31 different, I don't know if unique means different drivers or different days or what it means, but we use 37 times for the month. And the fast charger that I talked to Zeph last week, and they were working on, or they were reaching out to the new company that bought, after the bankruptcy, bought out Tritium to see if they're gonna honor stuff or supply parts or not, or if we're gonna have to look at decommissioning it or replacing it or whatever. Right now, the two prices I got in were $49,000 and $62,000. So there'll be some more information coming up on that. But any other reports on, or questions on that report?
When you were changing the bulbs the other day, you mentioned, unless you already said it and I didn't hear it, he was going to get back to you on the box
Yeah.
for the new truck.
We have one on order, and it is, we're gonna drop off the truck on Thursday.
Through him?
No, St. Cloud.
Okay.
They,
He never got back to you.
He did, but they bumped up they were able to bump up their schedule a little bit, the price is a little cheaper, and so we're gonna go back to that,
Okay.
unfortunately. Or fortunately, however you wanna look at it, yes.
Fortunately.
Yeah,
You said that's coming Thursday?
we're gonna drop the truck off Thursday, so they can start putting the plow and stuff on it, and then when the box comes in on the 15th of next month, I think is when they're anticipating it to show up, and they'll start installing that, so.
And is that Brian's truck then you use? No, is it really? Awesome.
Yeah.
Aw.
All it is.
It's sitting back here, right? Is that, so, yeah.
And
Nice.
then henceforth from there with the old one, what's the process with that?
Hopefully, as soon as that one's ready, we can get this one cleaned up and put up on Monday or something like that, and maximize it before wintertime, try to get everything we can out of it.
So are you still thinking it, the min bid or whatever, so an online auction?
I'm thinking,
Percent.
yeah, I mean, we always came out good on it before.
Mm-hmm.
Gets good publicity and, yeah, at least as far as my vehicles, I always come out really good on it. So. Unless you have a different way of doing it, that's fine.
No, I know,
Yeah,
I was just curious as to which path you're thinking
Yeah.
of taking, if it's gonna be like a public auction or a state auction or,
Yeah, yeah, it goes through the state website,
Sure.
so they really get a lot of people watching it. So.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be coming up when we finally get the other one finished and ready.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
2 new vehicles in the works, that's great. Okay.
awesome.
it. We got 3 actually, the mayor's got a Cadillac coming too.
Oh. Forgot about that one.
A new one?
Yep, right in.
Yeah.
So
I want to see that when it arrives.
Love it.
Cool.
Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah, no problem. Next thing is pallet forks. We replaced some other ones last year. We broke a tie on it, welded them up, and didn't want to be in the basket with them lately. Broke hair welded tines, so we got new ones. Now, you guys have any suggestion on getting rid of them? Do we want to, the ones we have, do we want to put it in a silent auction? Do we want to, minimum, I think it's $50 minimum, or do we want?
What are they?
The pallet forks for skid steer.
No, not to interrupt you, but you said that min bid has a $50 minimum. What if we incorporated that with the old truck?
Two separate items.
Oh, it would be?
Yeah,
Well, that's
so,
silly.
per item, so, yeah.
Okay.
So,
We're not talking a lot of money, but can you put a minimum on the auctions?
yeah, you can, min bid, yeah. Yeah, we can do it that way, or we can set a price on them and see, put them on our website maybe. See,
Have you had luck on the website selling stuff in the past? I
Our
mean, do
totes-
people?
Our totes keep going, so.
Okay.
How long are they?
Forks,
Yeah,
42 inches, I think. I think they were rated at 2,000 before the time broke off, and now it's
what'd you say, 4 feet?
42 inches, I think they are, they originally. I'm thinking they're probably closer to 40 now, probably 38, something like that, but, yeah. There's the way weight set, but so I was just reaching out to see if you guys had any suggestions which way to go, or just leave it sit there and think about it for another year, or so whatever, you know, doesn't matter to me.
I think wherever you can, you have the most luck selling them, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
wherever you can get the most for them. Leave it up to you to put them on.
You can't buy new forks for them because they're an obsolete style, so,
Okay.
that's, it's, hopefully well sold. It'll be good for
Is,
somebody.
is this the plates and everything, or just the forks?
So, the
Everything?
attachment, the attachment, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But the fork itself that comes down and out is what broke right at the corner, so.
I agree, we should let Bruce do
Mhm.
what he thinks would work best.
Yes.
All right.
Sounds like we're all agreed, we left it up to you.
Yeah, just keep us posted.
There was something out
Send an
there,
email.
just in case I was interested. But, so, okay, we'll figure something out. All right, fall cleanup day. We did one last fall, wasn't terribly successful, but maybe we've been having a lot of interest in doing another one again, or people talking about it anyways. Do we want to look at doing a second one and doing it a little bit earlier and maybe a little more publicity, try and get it that way? Because the labor is included with their spring cleanup as far as our garbage contract, it looks like we'll probably have an expense of about $2,500 if we had the same amount of volume came in as the spring cleanup, for the fall one, so. But I'm sure we can figure a way to eat it and then try it again if you want, or.
I think we should try it again, we've only done it once.
Right.
Give it at least a second shot and see how it goes. Because I don't think a lot of people were really prepared for it last year.
Sure.
When you say move the date up, are you thinking next month already, or?
Yeah, probably, because if we can get everybody lined up to do it, yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I think the last time we were in the middle of October, or
I think, yeah.
later October. I lost it where it was, but, I'm pretty sure it was October last year.
That sounds right. But even if we were to move it up and do it September, I mean, late September, early October, because I mean, we can have really nice weather yet into October even. But if people, like Pat said, if we've only done it once, so I think if people have more of a heads up and a preparation for having an earlier date,
We did October 21st last year.
sure, okay. I knew October sounded right. And it may be like, I don't know, it doesn't need to be in a newsletter or anything, but get the word out there, like on our website, and give them more of a heads up, if you will, and make it exciting and like, okay, whatever you didn't bring to the spring cleanup day or whatever you've acquired in the meantime, because we all know that happens, to bring it to the fall cleanup day. So cost-wise, you said 2,500?
I think that's what it'll end up with.
Is that typically about what the spring one costs too?
Well, no, because we don't have the extra labor on there, so it
Sure.
saves us some money.
Sure.
Yeah.
So is that something that we need to decide on today?
Well, it'd be nice if we can come up with a date that we think is good, then I'll go ahead and make sure we get things scheduled.
Okay.
SW and that's one start in on
Are we all agreed that we should do it?
Mm-hmm, I agree.
Absolutely.
Okay. I think we can do that without a motion.
Okay.
I'll Want to try the end of September, is it like the 30th or something, is that too late maybe?
Is that, what's late?
I'm wondering if it's too early,
Too early? Okay.
honestly. I think into October, like the first, because I mean, kids are going back to school, parents are busy. They're not gonna wanna like
Yeah, but end of October, sometimes there's snow.
middle,
Oh, okay,
like beginning of October.
I can't get
I
my
like the
calendar.
beginning.
Beginning of October, after parents have their kids back to school and they're established and they can actually maybe, you know, I think like the first week in October.
When is Oktoberfest? I know that you guys do a lot of, you guys volunteer a
Oh,
lot with that
sure.
too, so
I
Yeah,
think that's the 12th this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
And,
it's probably not a good idea to do it at the same time as
right.
MEU weekend is the following weekend, so
Or maybe the
October
last
5th.
weekend in
October
September,
5th, yeah, maybe.
The 5th is a Saturday.
Yeah.
October 5th. Well, and typically we have cleanup days on Saturday anyway.
Right.
Yeah. Try October 5th.
October 5th?
I'll write it down. I don't have my calendar up, but I'll write it down too.
I think that's a very jiveable date.
Okay.
We'll try. That's all I had, I guess. You got something else?
Anybody have anything else for Bruce?
Just a thank you.
I do. Bruce and Tammy's anniversary is today.
Oh, thanks, Al.
Happy anniversary.
That's right. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
And they had to remember what year it was too.
Yeah, how many years is it, Bruce?
18 if I remember right.
You can say it. He told me this morning.
When is it?
I saw that
Today.
Adams apple.
Today.
It's 18 years today. Well, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else for Bruce?
Paybacks.
So just tentatively to clarify and follow up, so we're all on the same page, October 5th is tentative fall cleanup day. And we're gonna keep the same hours. Does that seem, I think the city of Motley does not like to wake up before 9 o'clock, honestly.
Well, except cleanup day.
Right.
There's a line waiting, so.
There is.
Spring one, yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
But it's gonna be dark, yeah, just FYI.
that's what I
I
mean,
suppose, yeah.
that's what I mean,
We could go an hour late and start at 8.
right.
Go set at 7:45 or 8:45.
Yeah.
11:45, but then they don't have time to get their trucks down.
Sure,
What-
even if we did,
Yeah, the landfill closes at noon.
So we're gonna have.
Well,
Can we do shorter hours though? Only 2 hours?
there's a possibility too.
Yes.
Right away in the morning.
Since it wasn't
Depends
as
on how
busy.
busy it is. I guess if it's like last year, it wouldn't be a big deal, but if it's like a spring one, we'd never get them all in,
Yeah,
so.
so just leave it then?
Yeah, I think the end time has to, just for
Sure.
their standpoint, so.
Yeah. Okay. Just a question.
We got a street light there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try it and see what happens, but I don't think it was a problem last year, we did that, the 21st, so, yeah. Yeah, I don't think it was an issue.
I'm scared of the dark, but that's okay.
I'll still be there.
Okay,
Perfect.
administration department business.
Page 26 is the water usage report. If there's no questions. In your packet, there's a, Long Prairie Sanitation is increasing their prices. It's on page 27. And Terry from Long Prairie Sanitation is here to answer any questions you might have about that.
Yeah, so what happened is we take all your recycling to Todd County. And the commissioners decided January 1st that they were gonna start charging for out-of-county recycling because they're incurring the cost of processing it and marketing it. So they implemented a fee of $80 a ton. And it was supposed to go into effect April 1st. Well, that didn't happen. Well, it finally did in June. And the average stop that we have is about 12.5 pounds per stop, so it's 25 pounds a month. Times the 4 cents it's $1. So just recovering what they're charging us to process your recycling. and I don't know where that fee will ever end up because it just keeps going up.
Like everything else.
The next alternative is to take it to Sock Center or St. Cloud to Waste Management, and they're probably double that price.
We don't need that. So you're asking us to approve a $1 increase?
Yeah.
then? That's $1.
With the September billing, yeah.
So that was my question, when it would, okay. And will we have something on, or can we put it, information, so residents know why it's going up $1? Just
Are you asking to put it on the bill card itself?
Well, I don't know,
or-
how would, I mean, can you do that, or would that be too much of a hassle? Or
I
so-
can check and see. Janae's the one who sends out the bill card. She
I
has
don't-
found ways of putting things on
Okay.
there before. So if she can, otherwise we can send letters out.
Do we have a newsletter coming soon?
We should be getting a news on a newsletter.
Just a little blurb in there, maybe,
Um,
not a big deal. I just have a feeling someone will have a question.
Somebody want to make a motion to approve that as presented?
I'll make the motion to approve it.
Do I have a second?
A second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Terry, I thank you for your time. You know, this is,
Happy
it's really,
anniversary.
yeah. I'll grab some goodies to go. There's little baggies
I'm
and,
going to Dairy Queen.
oh, okay. But I think it's really neat that you were here to represent Our Prairie Sanitation.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the service that you guys offer to our city is commendable. I mean, your guys that are out early morning on this side, you're out late afternoon on that side. You know, what you guys do for our city is, without you guys, it wouldn't be good, so.
One of the best jobs I ever had, I did 8 years with BFI. I don't know
You work for BFI?
if I did, yeah.
Oh.
My best friend was, oh yeah, here we go. John Drury,
Sure, family, yep, there.
yep,
I had Bill Drury working for me.
really,
I worked for BFI for about 9 months too, back in '92.
okay.
And I know
Did-
Bill
what-
Drury, Kevin, and I know probably a lot of guys you know.
Yeah, John, the guy of my age, he's a year old and died of brain
Yep, John
cancer.
Drury.
Yep,
What's BFI?
He's the one that owned it all.
Browning Ferris, second largest.
It's Republic
in the
now.
US.
Oh, sure.
I wanted to ask you, this is kind of just general, I have a lot of interest, I wish I was younger to go to work for you. But is the recycling, is it really worth, you know, because I get so many questions, what can be recycled, what ends up in the garbage junk and,
Well, it's a feel-good thing. We pay $65 a ton to get rid of the trash, and now we're paying $80 a ton to get rid of the recycling. So there's a cost to it, but supposedly it's better for everything.
if people throw a lot of stuff that doesn't be recycled, does that create a problem for,
It can.
probably not you so much because you bring the whole.
I bring it there and dump it, and they sort through it. But if there's a lot of contamination, they will either cut me off or
Okay.
back charge me.
Do you think it would be worthwhile to put another ad in our local paper? What is really
Acceptable
good
and what's not
recyclable stuff and what is not?
Mhm.
Is it-
Well, it is listed on the lid
Yeah, it
of the garbage can.
Yeah, it's right in front of them.
Yes.
Yeah, I know it is, but it's still
And how
a
many
lot of
people?
questionable stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
For the most part,
And-
it's pretty clean.
That's-
Okay.
We can put a reminder in the newsletter.
It's usually when the kids take out the garbage, and they just
Sure.
throw them whichever one's closer.
Or
But if you
the,
recycle in the house and they know it's recycling, usually goes in there.
Well, thank you,
I'll
sir.
have to sit down and talk to you sometime about
No, I would
all
like
those
that.
people from BFI.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks, guys.
thanks for your
See you
time,
later.
Terry. Enjoy that Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Moving on. G-Works.
Page 28 through 30 is a proposal for G-Works. So our utility billing is done through UB Max, which has been bought by a company called G-Works. And we have to switch. UB Max will be no longer by the end of this year, so we have to switch to some new utility billing software. And G-Works would be the easiest transition since we're already using their software. But the price is going up substantially, and, but there is a lot coming with that will save time for Janae and for myself. So the bid is in here. It comes out to be about 2.5 times what we're paying for our current utility billing. But that's no longer an option, so we have to do something different. Some of the things that will be saving us is they combine multiple accounts on one bill card. Right now, so if somebody owns multiple properties, we send them multiple bill cards. And this, we can combine them on one. So it will save time and postage that way. Customers can sign up online to do service changes, so they don't have to come in. They can, but they don't have to. They don't have to come in, they don't have to call, they can just do it all online and we can take care of it, at our convenience. Auto pay can be set up will be set up online, so rather than me initiating taking money out of people's accounts, they will sign up online and put their own account information in, and they will set it up. So like an auto pay. Customers can look up their own bill online rather than calling us and asking. We do get calls before the cards go out, what's my bill? Have they been sent out? They will be able to access that information online and get estimates of what their bill will be.
Whether they do that or not and still continue to call you, or it's two different things. But
And we can direct them,
Yeah,
we can get
right.
that on the website. Also, through this system, we'll be able to take payments for pet licenses and pavilion rentals online, which is a convenience. People can set up payment plans through the online portal and also manage seasonal shut-offs that way.
Okay, so rather than coming in here and asking them to shut off the water, they can just do everything online.
Yep, yeah. So those are some of the ways that we've learned so far that it would be as convenient and time-saving. And the price increase would be, with the amount of customers we have, it would add 50 cents per customer per month. So right now we have an admin fee of 50 cents. We would have to raise it to $1 plus this non-prairie sanitation. But we're hoping to put them off. We have until the end of the year, and we are trying to stall off on doing any of the transitions until the meters are all changed.
I think that's a good idea.
Well, and I mean, not only that, those are just a few of the bullet points that you put for the beneficial transitions that will go from going to this G-Works, because I mean, you just named a few of them.
Right.
And that's gonna be ease of use for you guys, for not only for you guys, but also for the city, to the residents themselves, to be able to do the auto pay. The landlords who own multiple properties, instead of getting 6 or 8 or 10 individual bills, they'll be getting one. I mean, those are just to name a few of the things. And then also the cost to offset, to help the cost of the increase. From what I understood, the email that you and I shared, they're giving a $2,000 break on it, since we already have the company that's taking over. So we're kind of sort of grandfathered in. So, because that was my first question, it's like, okay, well, if they're buying the current company that we're using, then they better be giving us some type of an incentive and or break. And they are a $2,000 break. So I personally think that you gotta roll with the times, and if they're switching to this anyhow. And I see here that it says, upon signature of the parties, this order is a legally enforceable agreement. So how soon is it that we have to agree to this? Like, are they giving us a timeline? Is it?
They want us to commit so they can start the ball rolling. it takes time for the transition, and they have,
Sure.
people who have already signed up are not starting their transitions until September.
Sure,
So
but what you're
if
looking,
we can sign up, we can say we don't wanna do it until December.
that was my next question.
Yeah.
Pending the water meters and the long prairie sanitation and all that other stuff that you wanna go with it, with the change.
Mhm.
How long of a commitment are we looking at?
I believe it's just a year,
A year?
yeah, and then if we decide we wanna go
Yes,
somewhere
we'll
else,
renew
we
it.
can, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a yearly.
And if for some reason during that year we decide otherwise would be better, then we, at the end of the year, we could then make that decision.
Right.
And it says here, successive renewal periods of a 1-year term length align the calendar year for such service unless earlier terminated in accordance with the express of the calendar year for such service. So,
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve
I make a motion to approve the T-Works bid information
as presented?
as presented.
And a second.
I will second it.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
And on page 31 is a letter from Hilltop Regional Kitchen. It looks like we normally donate $654 to them per year. We did last year.
And they're asking for the same amount